it's your girl Nadia Victoria coming through on this Monday, Juneteenth, to tap in, just see what Spirit has to say to us as we prepare to get this week off to a great start. You know what I'm saying? To a great start. For those of you that are fathers, I hope that you had a great Father's Day. I didn't get a chance to get before the camera. I had a full day, but I did send out my Happy Father's Day posts and things like that. If this is your first time, thank you so much for tuning in. You are in for a treat. I don't know what God got to say and how he's going to lead this thing. This is what we call just letting God do what God do. Okay? So you're in for a treat because I know God has something just for you. And to my returning viewers, thank you so much for your continued support. Now, God, I invite you in. And I ask that you will cover us all from the crown of our heads to the soles of our feet with your divine white light of love and compassion. I also ask that you would shield us, God. Shield us from our hurt, harm, and danger. We ask that you would shield us from every hex, curse, spell, ritual, negative word, negative energy sent towards us to try to hinder us, stop us, delay us, and even kill us, God. God, we bind up the enemy now. All the haters, we bind them up now, and we tell them that you are powerless and ineffective, and any of your tricks are ineffective and powerless. And God, we ask that you send every bit of that negative energy right back to their ass, because that's the only way they're going to learn, when they get a dose of their own medicine. And while you're over there teaching them a lesson, God, heal them from all this darkness and send them to the light, never to return to the darkness again. Now, God, I yield myself to you, and I ask that you speak through me. Ooh, I give you full permission to speak through me with power, authority, clarity. Speak in such a way that you give us answers, solutions, and divine guidance. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Amen. 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 Ashe, ashe, ashe. But yes, you guys, ain't nobody mad but the haters and the devils, okay? You know what I'm saying? It just feels like, I don't know why I'm picking up on, some negative energy or whatever. I don't know if that may be something that you may be dealing with, but, maybe God has something powerful that he has to say today. So don't you let the enemy trick you into missing out. But we're going to start here with an affirmation for the week, since it is the beginning of the week. What is something that we need to declare all week long? I am more than good enough. Okay? I am more than good enough. All right? So I don't know what you may be going through. I don't know if you're comparing yourself to someone else, or you're allowing what someone has said to you, or, some situation that's presented before you, and you're feeling like you can't do it. You can't make it through. You're thinking like, hey, I'll never get married, or hey, my business will never take off, or, somebody, they won't choose me for the position or whatever. But Spirit is saying you are more than good enough. And so get out of that mindset. Okay, and start speaking that I am more than good enough. I have the skills that's necessary to help me to go to the next level. I have the love in me. I've done the work on me that I can attract in true love. You know what? I am more than good enough. If my family don't accept me, I accept me, and God accepts me. So you know what? I'm more than good enough. I might not be good enough to them, but I'm good enough for me. I'm good enough for those who God has intended to be in my circle. Yes, indeed. I'm also going to go for a power card. So I want you to make sure that you write down, or just commit to your memory, that I am more than good enough, and that you say it to yourself over and over and over again this week, as many times as you can remember to do so. Okay? I am more than good enough. I don't care about nobody else. You are more than good enough. I don't care what nobody else has said. You are more than good enough. I don't care what energy they sent towards you. You are more than good enough. Okay? I don't care about the haters. You are more than good enough. Okay? If it's good enough, if you're good enough for God to wake you up this morning, you're good enough for him to bless you on today. You're good enough for him to equip you on today, okay? With the things that you need to take you where you're trying to go. You are more than good enough. Stop doubting yourself, okay? I balance my masculine and feminine sides, okay? The masculine and feminine parts of me are in perfect balance and harmony. I am at peace and all is well. So when they talk about, because I know some Somebody already shaking their head. Man, I am all man. Yeah. The feminine qualities are the nurturing qualities. You know what I'm saying? So in all of us, I don't care if you are a man. Sometimes you want to try to make it so hard that you don't have feelings and you don't want to express yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to be so hard and so masculine as if you don't have a heart, as if you don't have feelings. And so you box those things up and they lead to some bad behavior. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Bad choices. So don't get so caught up on I'm 100% man. The feminine qualities within you, they're masculine, that I work hard, I do, I can change the tire, I can do this or whatever, but at the same time, you need to have some feminine, tap into those feminine characteristics of being kind, being loving, being open to expressing your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Those types of things that you need to do. And just like the women, sometimes you don't tap in too much in your masculinity that you don't have that softness about you. You walking around, you balling your feelings up. You too busy trying to be hard. You know what I'm saying? That you got too much. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things have happened to you that you're out of balance. And that's why it says I balance. I don't need to be too hard, that I can't be kind. I can't be, thoughtful. I can't be considerate. I can't express my true feelings, my true love. See, that's the thing. We always trying to assign, like, I got to stay right here. I got to stay right. You balance. Balance. Because I know some women sometimes would love for their man to, put their arms around them and tell them, I love you, baby, and give you a nice little kiss on the cheek. You know what I'm saying? They like it when you do that. So that sweet spirit, that not, you know what I'm saying? Don't take it wrong. That sweet, kind spirit that you can tap into every now and then helps bring balance to your relationships. It will be horrible for you to be a male manager and you got a female that's having menstrual cramps or going through pregnancy, and you can't tap into your genuinely feminine side enough to be like, you know what, I understand you look miserable, so yes, go ahead and take the rest of the day off. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being so hard, like, nah, you here, nah, you want to work, you need to work. You know what I'm saying? It's a balance. Balance it out. Okay, so no, there ain't nobody telling you you're a man, you need to be a woman, or if you're a woman, you need to be a man. It's balance. All right, you can be hard when you need to be hard, and you can be kind and gentle and show love and be open to expressing yourself, because for some reason men have gotten to the point where they feel like they can't express themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's not a manly thing to do. No, it's a manly thing to do. It's a spiritual thing to do, to be open and to be honest. You know what I'm saying? To be open and honest about your feelings. If you love her, tell her you love her. If you are tired and you don't want to do it no more, say it. You know what I'm saying? Just express yourself, and you can do it with tact. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, God, we thank you for the reminder that we need to be balanced. Not too hard, not too soft, but balanced. Balanced. And if you want a relationship to work, you want to be a manager, and you want to manage people from multiple culturals and male and females, you won't have to be able to kind of try to tap in and understand the other side sometimes. Oh, God, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, God, man, to give us something here that we need to be working on this week. So the first card here we have is Flawsome. Flawsome. And we're going to look at that. So what she's saying is, don't worry if you are an ultra cool, holier than thou, or a dark shade wearing at night hipster. One of the quickest ways to expedite your process of enlightenment is to drop your cool card at the door, along with any paralysis through analysis that insists you must be perfect before you even try. Next time you make a blunder, make a mistake, or a triple, not triple, what is that? If you trip and fall, or you know what I'm saying, you almost fall or whatever, pat yourself on the back and acknowledge what you learned from the experience and what you'll do better next time. Congratulate yourself, because when you're afraid to look ridiculous and make mistakes, and when you're willing to have your creation be bad, wrong, or miss the mark entirely, you're more likely to create something that eventually does hit the bull's eye. Okay? So that goes back here to say I am more than good enough for me. And that's because, when I think of somebody may be working on a project, you may be trying to reinvent your business or reinvent yourself or whatever. And also when I think about people that have these dreams and goals and things in life, and how just because it didn't work the first time, they give up totally. And so basically what she's saying is, next time you make a blunder, a mistake or whatever, pat yourself on the back and acknowledge what you learned from the experience and what you can do better next time. You know what, you ought to give yourself a pat on the back for even trying, because somebody didn't even try. Somebody didn't even try. So if you tried it and the store was shut down the next year, you know what I'm saying, you were in a loss, you know what I'm saying, and maybe you even had to file bankruptcy before, so what? Okay? Because look, we got people in high places that we, watch on the news all the time that have had several bankruptcies in their life. Okay, we know people that have been locked up 100 times, and we know 100 people that's done been locked up before. We know people who the husband don't cheat on them, wife don't walk out on them. So you know what? Just because it wasn't perfect the way you thought it was gonna be, the way you imagined it to be, you know what I'm saying? It's okay. Give yourself a pat on the back for still being here, for enduring it. You know what I'm saying? And what have you learned from it? That's the most important thing. What have you learned from it? Because it's one thing to go through things, to make mistakes, and just to totally give up and not to learn anything. Now that's the horrible thing, to go through stuff and not learn anything. What did you learn? Okay, ask God, well, what are you trying to show me in this? Okay, well, you showed me that, you know what, next time I need to have I've got to hire somebody. I can't do it by myself. I gotta have be able to hire two people, because me trying to do this all by myself and be a mom and be a dad or be a husband and be a wife was too much. So you know what, next time I'm gonna have to get me some help. Whatever you learn, you know what? Next time I will not sit around here and let nobody get me to that angry that I mess around and punch them in the face. I learned how to manage my anger and walk off, okay? Or stay away from people that trigger me. Because I'm not going to allow myself to get locked up again behind this person or that person or nobody else. You know what I'm saying? In toxic relationships. What I learned, okay? What did you learn? What did you learn? And what are you going to use from what you learned to take you to the next situation? Congratulate yourself, because when you aren't afraid to look ridiculous and make mistakes, can't nobody out here. They might laugh at you, but somebody laughed at them because they done made some mistakes too. I don't give a dog how people try to present themselves on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and TikTok or whatever. Yes, they got some mistakes that they have made. Yes, they've done some things too. Every single one of us have. So we're all flawsome. We're full of flaws. But you know what? That's what makes us awesome. Flawsome. Okay? Flawsome. Yes. Be willing to be transparent. Well, let me go back to this. Congratulate yourself, because when you aren't afraid to look ridiculous and make mistakes, and when you're willing to have your creation be bad, wrong, or miss the mark entirely, you're more likely to create something that eventually does hit the bull's eye. Okay, you're a designer. It was your dream to be a designer. Your first dress, you probably, people were like, that dress is not cute, honey, and nobody would buy it. But you, instead of you giving up, you might have cried. You might have had some critics talk junk about your dress. You know what I'm saying? But listen, you got back in the booth. Artists, you might have got back in the booth and tried again. And to my seamstress, you know what I'm saying, my stylist, you went in there and went harder. You know what I'm saying? You perfected your gift. And if you are still in perfecting stage, then continue to perfect your gift. Don't give up and throw it in. We're a blossom. Okay, everybody that has reach certain heights in their life, and we're looking at, oh, they millionaires. Oh, they've been through some things, honey, before they got to where they are. So embrace your flawsomeness. I'm flawed, but I'm awesome at the same time. Okay. Now, what's the last thing she says here? Be willing to be transparent about where you feel inadequate. Okay. And that kind of goes back to the masculine and feminine sides, because sometimes you just need to be transparent. You got to be balancing it out. Don't get so stuck, well, I messed up, or she messed up, or this, that, or whatever, and that you can't be transparent about where you feel inadequate. Okay? You know, it's so much better when we can say, you know what, I'm struggling with, communication. You know what I'm saying? I'm struggling with, you know, trust. I'm struggling with this. So because your partner, your friend, your community, your friends might be able to help you through it. Okay? Say the wrong thing at the wrong time, take risks, fall, and have people laugh at you. And when you do, the joke's on them, because you're the one growing exponentially. Okay, so use my mistakes, use my little blunders, use my little my little trip and fall, and laugh at it all you want to, because guess what? I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna show y'all how much better I'm gonna be the next time. Okay? What was it? Who was that? We fall down, but we get up. Dun McClurkin. Okay, well, my fall down, y'all might have laughed at it, but my get up gonna put all y'all the shame. Okay? Flawsome. That's good. And the middle card says Hall of Mirrors. So let's see what we're gonna learn today from the Hall of Mirrors. I know what I'm thinking. If we all look at ourselves, right? Hall of Mirrors. Hall of Mirrors. Here we go. Okay. Let's see, because I don't want to read it all. How would you feel if you knew the entire world was secretly conspiring on behalf of your highest and greatest expression? Peek behind the curtain to see those who drop obstacles in your path, and realize that the biggest bully and your most obvious champion have the same marching orders, and that is to do their part to evoke your genius into being. When you enjoy or admire someone's energy, take heart in knowing they are just like you. Okay? If you find yourself around someone whose energy you don't thoroughly enjoy, thank that person for providing you with the clarity to illumine, by contrast, what you do and don't value, and thus what choices to make. Accept any unpreferred energy as a part of your shadow, and with gratitude, become willing to shine your light on it. Ask yourself, what blessing is this person bringing me? What can I learn here? I just told y'all that. What are they revealing about my preferences? In other words, how might they be a blessing? Just because you don't like them, sometimes that person, that hall of mirrors, is like it's a reflection of some deeper things within you. You know what I'm saying? It's a reflection of some deeper things within you. You may not like a certain person, or their energy throws you off, but what is it saying about to you about why? Why? But why though? You know? And I say this all the time, it could be a double-edged message here, because it could be that something about them is off, but it also could be that there's something about you that's triggered, that you need to hone in on and look into a little bit more deeply. Okay? Because instead of always feeling like that person's energy sucks, it sucks. Well, why do you feel that way? What is it showing you about you? Because the way you see them can also be a mirror pointing at you, like, yeah, you don't like this because you know what? Because you're a dirty person too. You got some things underneath you that you need to work on. You've done some dirty things too. You know what I'm saying? You got some cleaning up to do too. You know what I'm saying? Because we sit up here and we're thinking we're so perfect, but a lot of our attitudes and energy, and you know what I'm saying, is what there's a scripture in the Bible says, like a filthy rags. Okay, we ain't perfect. We are not perfect. Or is it that you don't like this person's energy and you need to learn how to overcome it and still be able to address that person? I mean, they're on a job. They're working with you. You don't like their energy because they shine, because they seem to always have the right answer, because they dress nice all the time, because they're kind and people love them and navigate towards them. What is it? What is it? Because sometimes it could be some of us, it shows that we're a little envious. Okay. So we need to make sure that when yes, there are some people that we downright need to stay away, from, because we've tried and there's a lot of toxicity there and it's going to trigger us, and it's just like you've already been down that road. But then there's just other people that are in our lives to help us learn something, but we don't ask the question, Spirit, what do you want me to learn here? What can I learn from this situation? Because there's always something for us to learn. And just like she said, those people that you admire, it lets you also know that, you know what? I can do it just like them. I just need to believe. I just need to trust. I need to put in the work. Okay. I keep giving up on step 2 and 3. I ain't never made it to step 5. So, while I'm sitting over here, wishing I was them or admiring them, I need to be asking myself, am I taking the steps towards me getting to that level too? Okay, because it's one thing to look, it's one thing to act too. Okay, I'm looking, I see, oh, she doing good. I love what she doing. Oh, he killing the game. Okay, but what are you doing to get you where you need to be? Okay, because that same spirit of God that is operating within them to help them get to their levels in life is the same God that can help you get to where you need to go. Okay, so don't always assume that, okay, just because you feel a certain way when a certain person is around, that it's always them, or sometimes it's something within you that needs to be healed. Okay. Every time they come around you, it makes you feel uncomfortable. Okay, it makes you feel uncomfortable because it makes you feel inadequate. It makes you feel like I haven't done the work, and I hate to see somebody that has done the work, because it makes me feel, like I said, inadequate. Makes me feel like I haven't put forth the work, but at the same time, I don't want to put forth the work. So why are you gonna sit up here and have this energy about this person who put in the work? You put in your work. Stop. We always comparing ourselves to others, but we ain't did nothing to get us to where we want to go. All right, I think it's enough there. Hall of mirrors. While you looking at somebody else, remember there's always a mirror that's reflecting back on you. That's basically what it's saying. That's what it said. Hall of mirrors. And this is before I move on. In the great hall of mirrors called life, we are all one. And it's never an accident who crosses our path. Be grateful for the ones who will challenge you and playing the villain. They might just be waking you up to your magnificence. Okay? So whoever, I don't care if it was that ex that did all manner of evil against you, it was a mirror reflecting back to you to say, you know what? You got to learn your value. You got to learn your self-worth. You got to put your self-respect on, honey. You know what I'm saying? And it's also a mirror let you know I attracted this. And how did I attract it? Because I was vibing low and I didn't recognize who I was. I wasn't walking in my goddess energy, understanding that I'm an extension of God and this is what God wants me to be in life and have in life. I instead of me tapping into that, I was down here on that low vibration, or letting everything that happened to me in my life kind of lead me to make these choices. But thank you, like she said, thank God for it, because now I once was blind, but now I see. You know what I'm saying? I once was blind, but now I see. I once was lost, but now I found. Okay. Yes. So yes. Trim tab. Okay. Trim tab. Let's see what she's saying here. Like the great avatars who walked this earth before you, wrapped in humble packaging, you may be disguising yourself to roam throughout the ordinary world without being detected, so you can bring your blessing to those who most need it. Perhaps you chose the unassuming life so you would experience living. Perhaps you choose this unassuming life so you could experience living and giving on earth. Consider the trim tabs on ships and planes. They are small surfaces that affect the direction of the entire vessel. In other words, don't worry about changing everything in your world, influencing every person, or being a superhero. Just do the simple things that are yours to do in the best way you can. Being your version of the trim tab means you have the power to turn the ship around, alter the course of life on earth, or at the very least, be a positive influence on those in your inner circle. Regardless of what you have or don't have, relish the fact that this is the life that you prayed for, okay? Okay, you may be disguising yourself to roam through the ordinary world without being detected so you can bring your blessing to those who most need it. Because see, some of us, we feel like, you know, if we ain't doing it loud and bold, we ain't doing it. But see, some of us, you can be just as powerful, you know what I'm saying, without having to, be easily seen and noticed by people. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a great job just affecting your world and your circle. You know what I'm saying? But you understand your power in that, okay? And you're still a magnificent person because you understand that, hey, this is what you chose. I chose. I don't want to be, on Instagram. I don't want to be on Facebook. I don't want to be on YouTube or whatever. I don't want to be out there. I don't want to be a part of that social media stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna do what I can right here in my world, with my circle, in my community. I ain't gotta do like everybody else because I'm just as powerful where I am. Okay? So everybody's not called to do the exact same things. It's just as important for us to have the mailman to deliver our mail as it is to have the CEO of the United States Postal Service. You know what I'm saying? Their jobs are all important. You know what I'm saying? It's just as important to have that leader over there at the small church as it is to have the one that's over there with 10,000 members. They're affecting their community. It may not be their desire to have this 10,000 member church where people are lost. You know what I'm saying? And there's no personal attention and detail there. It's feeding their people. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. So long as you are walking in your strength and your power and you recognize that, hey, if I want to change course or direction at any time, I can. I can. Okay? So yes, that trim tab. Being your version of the trim tab means you have the power to turn the ship around, alter the course of life on earth, or at the very least, be a positive influence of those in your inner circle. Regardless of what you have or don't have, relish the fact that this is the life that you prayed for, okay? In other words, don't worry about changing everything in your world. Listen, we can't change everything, but you know what? What we do, a little bit at a time. You know what? I don't know how many YouTubers out here. I don't know. You got them from all different nationalities, countries, so many of us on YouTube. But you know what? I can't worry about what the next YouTuber is doing. I can't worry about what the next business owner is doing. I can't worry about what the next counselor and therapist is doing. There's enough space for all of us. And see, here's the thing: we start thinking like somebody's getting a little more, further ahead of me, or they're getting a little further ahead. You know what I'm saying? They're making a couple of more dollars than me, and now here we go, jealousy and envy. But you know what? What God has for me is for me. As long as I put in the work and the right energy, it will grow. It will do what it needs to do. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm putting in the right energy. And long as you put it, I don't care if it is your goal to have 1 million followers, or for you to make $1 million before you leave here. You know what I'm saying? Have 1 million in your account. You can do that. You can do that. As long as you put in the right energy. So we can't compare ourselves to what other people are doing. We only need to be worried about what we are doing. Unless we're looking over there to learn something and to be able to converse with them and find out some systems and some procedures and practices and steps that they took to help us, then the last thing we need to be doing is comparing ourselves to them. Okay? So Flawsome, just remember that you're flawed, but you're awesome. And in that hall of mirrors, you know what I'm saying? Just always remember that those people that you may not like the most, that may irritate you the most, they're still a mirror reflecting back to you to help you understand who you are a little bit more, for you to make the necessary changes and corrections. And then trim tab, just recognize that, you may not be, desiring to be, on these big, stages in life, but you're putting your energy in the things that you want and you're manifesting those. And so that's all that matters, that you are doing the things that you enjoy in your life. So put forth the good work, put forth the energy, stay connected to God, because you can't manifest nothing of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you need spirit to help you through all these, just like this ship. You know what I'm saying? And all the water, because there's always going to be, you know what I'm saying, some different things going on in life. Okay? There's always going to be some different things. And I'm looking at this right here. You see the face in the back. Okay? That's okay. I'm in control of some things when I'm connected with spirits. You know what I'm saying? I get to control how I react and how I respond to things. Okay? Hey, I manifested this life, and I got to accept it. All right? So I'm going to end it there, you guys. If you need anything from me, I'm your manifestation goddess. Y'all have a great beginning of the week.